Welcome everybody. For Eindhoven especially 2 years are important. 1920 because we connected 5 villages around the city because of the growing industry of Philips. And 1990 because we lost that industry more or less. Because the making industry went abroad to the lower cost countries and we only kept the thinking industry, we like to call it. At that time we also had a lot of empty factories. The second part is about the culture, because how did it happen the last 20 years? We were able to start up a debate program in a cafe nearby. It was an old pawn cinema reused for theater at that time, Plaza Futura, and we started to discuss not to demolish the White Lady but to keep it. So we as a city found out that it's very interesting to ask students to present their ideas and to influence also the policy in the city. Even to talk about old abandoned areas where old houses are, how to reuse them and not to demolish them. The role of design is also very important, because we found out that young designers, they went away after their studies to cities like Amsterdam or Rotterdam. They thought Amsterdam is sexy to go and you should leave Eindhoven because Eindhoven is a dull city. But at the time we found out that if we are able to find some services for those young students, to offer them, for instance, a little church in one of the old villages, as we did, we were able to have a home for 4 talented designers. So we found out that we had those talents in this city. So Eindhoven became aware of this identity. The idea was to have an introduction in Eindhoven to see how this city redeveloped the last 100 years from an industrial city to, let's say, a post-industrial city with a new identity. I would like to thank you for this moment and give the floor to Marieke.
And we make a big crossover, but it's always about the identity of something. So it's really about little details together make a big story. And the books is something very tweelink, because it's like we like to design something with a little kind of humor, like life is fun and it should be easygoing, not like if you have to think too much about it, it's not very tweelink. It should be nice and fun and also nice to use. So this is actually a little poof, and it's a little plant, and if you need a sitting object, then it's a poof. And if it's empty in your room, it's not like if you have a lot of empty chairs, it doesn't look very nice. But if you have the poof and it's a plant when there's nobody on, it's nicer.
So, hello, my name is Anna, and I'd like to tell some words about the part of big NAAR City Lab project that was held in September. So what is NAAR? NAAR, it's about Netherlands and Russia relationships. And this project started when we got acquainted to Kees Donkers in September 2011 when he came to Yekaterinburg with his project City as a Laboratory. And all these things, they mean that we have much in common. I mean, Yekaterinburg and Eindhoven, because it is also about the industrial heritage and industrial objects, and we interact with them, and they are part of the city, and they are very important for citizens of Yekaterinburg. Young generation, they started to think, what can we do to include these industrial objects, how to make them more friendly to the citizens, what can we do with them? And as a response to this question, Kees Donkers, with the project YEK 2.0, came in September to Yekaterinburg. And we felt that we can do something, and we should do something to change the situation. And if we start doing it today, tomorrow, big changes come.
Welcome. My name is Fiona Jongejans, and I've been visiting Yekaterinburg in May this year. So I will present to you the third phase of the project, YEK 2.0. So we visited Yekaterinburg with a goal, of course, because we stayed there for like 5-6 days, and we had a very concrete goal to do there. And this was to create a design proposal to communicate the possible value of the cultural heritage, and then specifically the White Tower. You tend to think as designer you can just start designing for whatever location you're talking about. But of course we were thinking from our Dutch perspective, and we were designing for a building in a Russian city we had never visited, and the entire city is structured by the Russian culture. So what were we thinking? So our main conclusion is that the White Tower is just a passing point. The interaction with the tower is nothing more than only passing it with your car. Where's the connection with the original functionality? There's nothing left from the fact that it was a water tower. It was filled with water in the past, so where's that in your proposals? It works on two levels, both individual and collaborative. When you pass the tower, a drop of light, like a liquid drop of light, will follow you and your car. It will travel up the tower and then be released in the water basin of the tower. On a more collaborative level, it will make the White Tower a collaborative art piece, which is in the center of this neighborhood. So people who pass the tower every day, they will start to feel as an owner.
Today I would like to talk a little bit about this organization, this organization of design labs, a little bit about what is going on in the world in terms of how cities transform, and then I would like to show quickly two examples of design labs. I'm going to talk about this design laboratory initiative called STADslab. And we started in 2006. And our mission is to offer design expertise to the cities. We tend to work with the smaller cities, not to the capitals, because the smaller cities are actually more in need of have some international design experience to help them with their day-to-day challenges. Of course, the mission is to create better cities, better environments for the citizens and for the authorities. The results are not ready-made solutions. We are not like a consultancy or an architecture firm. So it's actually a conceptual framework to start a discussion. So actually usually they are pretty close to what the city actually needs.
Also, I like to ask two people that are here too. Mr. Ferodin, you are here, Fedor Voronin. Would like to introduce you, and maybe Henny Kuiken too, if he wants to come.
I think that such a kind of event, Dutch Design Week and fashion, design, architecture, is very good thing for the moment and for Russia. So I hope that such a meeting with Russians, our students and our people, will continue, will grow, enlarge, and it will be not only Yekaterinburg but also other cities like Novosibirsk, Vladivostok, some Norilsk, and other people or other cities that are in need of maybe kind of modernization or changing, sharing, having some new ideas about how to live further.
You were challenging me about cultural life in Belarus. Well, I can tell you that cultural life in general over there is pretty different than our cultural life in this city.
So, Dan Marina was born in a small village near Yekaterinburg. He studied in Yekaterinburg, and I think it's about 10 or 15 years ago he realized that he is very interested in industrial buildings and industrial objects, and he started at the time to work as a photographer, and he started traveling across Russia and taking pictures of different industrial buildings. During Brabant Biënnale and during Dutch Design Week, we present his works here in Katarina Church. Through his pictures, he wants to show that these buildings are beautiful, they deserve respect and they deserve attention, and we should I forgot the word, I'm sorry. We should take care of them, and we should keep these objects, and we should keep this heritage for the future and for now.
Well, the last part of this presentation is a fashion show, because we also wanted to show a project from students from ROC in Eindhoven. It was called Russian DNA, but they tell us a lot about the connection between Dutch students, Dutch ideas, and Russian identity. And you can see a few results already here. They will stay, I hope, during the design week.